It's just become a part of just, I just love it.
I just love it, and I can't understand how anybody could not love it.
You know, getting out there and putting their fists up and going apeshit, and that's what I love.
Power. Get out there so I do kill people. Strength.
Well, it's just the extremity of it.
Everything else is weak.
It's more of a cult, isn't it?
Just has a aggressiveness.
Godless cult.
It's an atmosphere that you can't create with another genre.
I've always been an outsider. I've always been on the outskirts of society. But metal is a place where everyone is accepted and anything goes. The sound that metal offers taps into a part of me, a primal urge. I think it is raw and has an emotional honesty to me. Yet, metal is alternative. Not everyone likes it. It is the desire to be willfully disobedient, to go against the grain. And having metal as something to lean on emotionally is what has driven me to create it. So I joined a metal band, Alpha Degenerate. After 6 months of practicing, we were about to have our first gig. But I've never played in Sydney before, and I have no idea what the metal scene is like. So I went to a couple of gigs and talked to a couple of fans to get an idea of what lay ahead.
What is in Sydney? Up and down.
What scene?
Yeah, it's pretty much like that.
I think everywhere's happy to put on music if it's not metal. It's just metal has this bad thing about it that if you put on a metal gig for some reason, it's just going to be bad news for everyone.
It's getting smaller.
Yeah.
There's not enough support.
Probably at the moment, slowly getting better.
Yeah, it's growing for sure.
Definitely growing.
It is there, it's just sort of narrow.
I think it's worse out west as well though. In towards the city it's better because there's a lot more venues and there's always sort of something on. Whereas out here it's a bit few and far between and we've got to travel sort of, you know, an hour to get into the city and sort of go and see anything or go and play or...
That like without many places to play, there's less shows going on and people are less motivated to actually go and do something about it.
I took it a step further and I talked to some of the people behind the music. Their bands are unsigned, so not only do they create the sound, but often they manage and promote their bands. They book their own gigs and they have to make sure that their band members show up for rehearsals.
I'm obsessed. It's probably not healthy, but yeah, I tried doing a million different careers, and yeah, this is definitely the one thing that I can't walk away from. I love it. It's a part of me. I've always got a song playing in my head. I've always got a guitar around me.
Sadistic execution, forever Chris Hayes.
As a guitarist in a band, oh yeah, pretty good actually, man. It's just young and stupid and, you know, wild and partied a lot and played in a band, and it was great. Yeah, I think after you know, you get a bit older and the sense of responsibility kicks in and it gets a little bit harder. You know?
Although we're saying it's like a second job, it's not a job at all. So if they ever come, I just want it to feel like that, and if it does get to that point, that's when we'll stop doing it. If they ever become too tedious to finish up, so.
And Sculper with a mighty slasher. And Dave Slave.
Well, I've been around music my entire existence, as far as I know. My old man, really heavily in the industry. Yeah, I've always had it, you know, sort of thrust upon me, and yeah, he never wanted me to get into it. He said it was going to be a really tough ride, so I started learning guitar.
I started myself about 8 years ago, but yeah, I just got into it as starting to play around with a bunch of mates, and yeah, kind of went from there. Always had a love for it, so place to start.
I've been playing since I was about 15. I guess like listening to like a lot of Metallica and shit like that. Yeah, I just fucking love it, man. I love guitar.
I've been together about a bit over a year now. Sort of been gigging for about the last 6 months. Started in December. So.
This band I mean now has been together for about a year. This bunch of guys. Before I was jamming with the bass player that I'm in this band with previously. Me and him have been jamming together for about 5 years. And fuck man, we've had so many people in and out of this band. We've had different vocalists, different bass players actually. I think we even had another guitarist at one point. We've had 5 drummers or something.
Do you think that that metal is angry?
In some cases, yeah. I think it's definitely warranted in a lot of circumstances.
Yeah, that's a lot of the time it is. Yeah, it's angry. It's productive anger though. It's a good place to vent your frustrations about a lot of things.
Not at all. We try to make it as sort of fun as possible. Just say it's the opposite of angry, really. I don't know if maybe Miko would have a different thing about his lyrics, but I don't think so.
Certainly the way I write, a lot of the stuff I'm not a vocalist, so I don't write all the lyrics, but coming from a musical point of view, a lot of the stuff that I write is certainly coming from an aggressive or frustrated place.
There's a lot to be angry about, and I think, a lot of people need to open their eyes to it.
Does the pressure of organising a band, recording, gigging, promoting and financing ever overwhelm you?
Yeah, it's pretty shit. I don't know about overwhelms me, but it does frustrate me, and I do take my frustrations out on a lot of people around me. I think the pressures of being in a band overwhelm other people around me more than they overwhelm me.
Oh fuck yeah. Yeah, it can be very intimidating, especially when you've got something big coming up and you really want to make sure it counts.
I wouldn't do it if I didn't really love it, so it doesn't really overwhelm me. I mean, it can get quite busy.
Yeah, you get everyone organised, get in contact with promoters, promise them a certain amount of people just so you can get on the bill in the first place, and then work your ass off trying to get them there. You got to do all your promotions. Half the time you got to organise a bus and physically get people on the bus and drag them to the venue.
We've got that little standard shit. We've got the Facebook and the MySpace, which I hate all that stuff, but we've got it. There's YouTube, do flyers and stuff like that.
Rehearsal, get everything really, really tight. I mean, I'm lucky, I've got a studio and we can take our time with our recordings, but a lot of bands don't have that there. So it's really important to knuckle down, get your shit tight before you go in there and start trying to track it, because it's expensive.
Is there any advice that you'd give to anyone thinking of forming their own band?
Do it. Yeah, just get into it. If it's something that you love and it's something that interests you, it's a lot of work, but it's really, really rewarding.
Do it, but just don't expect that you're going to get the Motley Crue kind of lifestyle of women and money being thrown at you. It's just, if you're doing it for the right reasons, get involved. It's great.
Don't do it. Get a fucking job. Fucking get a job. Fuck. Don't do it, man. Don't just do what your fucking parents tell you. Get a fucking job. Put down the fucking bong, and just do something with your life, man.
But what would you like to say about yourself when it all ends?
Fuck, what a question. Kicked some ass and had a lot of fun doing it.
Well, here lies Matt, and why not? Is that?
Metal in Sydney is a tough scene, and there's a lot of talent out there. Sure, they haven't got much exposure, but that's not what it's about for them. It's about the love of metal. And as the battle rages on for fans and venues, one thing remains constant: desire. The urge to create comes from a place deep within that you can call your own. This is their music and their story. We may very well be on the edge of a metal revolution.